If you are following me on Instagram, you would know that a few days ago I posted an Insta story asking people to write me their Valentine story. And since now is a Valentine's Day, I want to read them with you. So people are submitting their story to the link that I share, and there will be 11 stories that we will read now, and hopefully we have enough time to read them all. So the first story is Anne from India. So basically, I am a very shy person, and out of nowhere I gathered all the courage and proposed to a guy I liked for a long time. He was very sweet and nice guy. He used to run around and do work for others without even caring about himself. I used to always admire him from a distance. I used to think, how can he be so good in such a cruel world? After a point of time, I realized he also plays piano so nice. I fell for him the day he played piano for the choir practice. So, after admiring and loving him for a long time, I gathered the courage and asked him if he is free afternoon, and I had something urgent to say to him. Urgent, right? He said he was a bit busy and was going home. Still, I met some way to work it out. I suggested him I'll go along with him halfway his home, and I went. On the day I confessed him, I said about my past and proceeded to express my love for him. I told him how much I like a guy who is very sweet. Further, I gave him 3 poems I wrote about him, which conveyed how much I love him. He was blushing the whole time. He took me to a cafe and bought me drinks. I don't know if we will work out, but I will always love him. I will always love you, my dear. I don't want to mention his name. That's fine. This happened on January 18th. Oh, it's this year. It's earlier this year. I hope everything goes well for you. And that's sweet how you write him 3 poems. Not just 1, but 3. Poems is one of the most romantic way to say love, right? I'm a text person myself, so of course for me it will be easier to express something through words rather than speak it. How sweet of you, Anne. Thank you so much. The next will be... Oh yeah, I remember I told everyone to tell me their name, but if they prefer not to, they can write hope from and then their country. So like in my case, because I'm Indonesian, I can write hope from Indonesian. If you are from UK, you can write hope from UK. From USA, you can write home from USA. Like that. So this one is hope from India. Well, I've never really been in a relationship, just situationship that have really broken me in 2023. After healing after one such situationship, I loved a guy who I thought was interested in me. Only God knows till that what he felt about me. Lol. I gave him a small handmade gift with his favorite book quotes written on it and a handmade card. I also did gifts for my friends because they had my back when I needed it. I felt like a fool after doing so much that for that guy, because a few months later he ghosted me and never texted back. It hurts really bad, but being the hopeless romantic I am hopeful for this year because I am talking to a new person. My mind is anxious because I'm comparing everything with the last time I talked to a guy and the dates we started talking match too, and it scares me. But there coexists a side in me that also makes me so hopeful that maybe this February 14th I'll be lucky. Warm hugs from India. Thank you so much. Whoever you are, I'm hoping the best for you. I can see that you are such a sweet person. So rather than buying something for him, you decided to make the gift with your own hands. I like that. And I hope you don't be scared too much. Just hoping for the best, you know? I always believe that someone right will come no matter what. People come to our life for a reason, and when they leave, it's for a reason also. The third one is from Vivek. Oh, this is just a short one. I am falling in love with Jesus. Thank you so much, Vivek. I can see you are such a religious person. I hope you're doing well there in your relationship with God. I know you will be such a peaceful person. The next one is Rakshita Ravindran from India. If I misspelled your name, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Hey, hope you're doing well. Okay, let me share my story. So I like a boy very immensely. His name is Surya. Surya? That sounds so Indonesian, you know? Surya is such a popular name, popular male name in Indonesia. I can feel his presence for real, his love, but I never saw his face in my dreams. You never saw his face in your dream. Unfortunately, he is a fictional person. Fictional person or fictional person? I don't know. Like, I often get dreams about him, and most of the times I feel like he's for real. 24/7 I dream about him. I feel deja vu all the time. I zone out very easily and be like, why is this moment happening again? Same thing happened for the third time. Okay. Then I shared everything about this to my best friend, and she said that someone is actually living your moment, so you feel deja vu all the time. What do you think, Elsar? I also said about Surya to my best friend. I actually can feel him, feel his presence for real, and he often comes in dream. What she then said was, he might be real now. If not, then why do you often dream about him? This is what she said. To be honest, I till now never felt that he is my imaginary person. In fact, I created or imagined his whole family with a story. I'm really waiting for that person to show up for real. If I really want to marry someone, then that should be him. Don't know why I have strong belief that he is real. Even my best friend, after listening everything I said about this person, even she said that, don't know why, but even I have very strong feeling that he is real. I'm really waiting for him. Do you think I'm mad? What do you think? Does he exist or not? Give me your honest answer. I believe he does exist because there are many people named Surya in the world, believe me. And I cannot make sure which one did you see in your dream, but if you are asking about people named Surya, yes, you will find him if you're looking out. The next one will be Ada from Turkey. Moon. Hey Moon, I'm glad you finally write something here. I once had a crush for a boy from my class. We were really close. We were really close friends and all. But when I wanted to be more, I started acting more genuine toward him. And to my surprise, he actually returned my feeling and started acting like he was in love with me. One night, while chatting, he confessed to me. I couldn't wait for tomorrow to come and see him at school. When I arrived, he was so sweet. We hugged each other and talked together. But when the lunch break came, he said he wanted to talk to me about something. I was still very excited just to be with him. Then he said he actually didn't want anyone in his life. and he was just acting like he was in love with me to see what would my reaction and answer would be. I was absolutely devastated at the fact that I got tricked and tried to avoid his eyes every class. After a few days, he said we should do a friend meetup with our other friends, and I said okay because the others were coming too. When the meeting arrived, there was only two of us, and he started apologizing for what he has done, and he said he actually has fallen in love with me after that day, and I'm just an easy girl to accept anything, so I was happy at the fact and accepted at the moment. We were together for 1 week, and he was pretty sweet, but I couldn't feel any more love to him after what he has done, so we broke up. Now we don't talk like much often, other than class formalities. Maybe he was lying when he said he was pretending to act like he loved you. Maybe he was like protecting something, so he said that. Maybe deep inside his heart, he actually fell in love. But if he actually tricked you, and he actually didn't mean any love in his heart when he confessed, that's awful. I mean, that's not how you prank someone. The worst thing you could ever do to someone is playing with their heart, you know? I'm actually proud of you that you keep talking with him, even if it's just for the formality, right? I know that everything will not be the same anymore. I mean, when someone hurts you, you can accept their apology, but deep inside your heart, as long as you have memories, you know it's not gonna be the same, right? But I'm proud of you that you still talk to him. And as I always say, you will find the right one no matter what. Thank you so much, Moon, for waiting for me. The next one is Anna from Bucharest, Romania. Did I say it right? So, hi. To start with, I want to tell you that I really appreciate you and your works. In my belief, I think that you are such a special artist. May God be praised for His blessings. Thank you so much. God bless you too there. Now about my Valentine story. I don't have a huge thing to say about Valentine's itself, but this summary will be such as sweet as chocolates. It was our first Valentine's Day. I started so bad because by that time I can say my parents were a bit strict. I had school, so no date. At classes, I remember that my state of mind was so depressed. I felt awful because almost all of my classmates were having dates after classes. I can imagine that. Back then, I studied for 1 p.m. and left school at 7 p.m. So it was as if the schedule was against me. At one point, I started to cry a little. Being the first year of a relationship, I thought it would be different. But my desk mate, my best friend, and the girl who made me know God deeply was my mini Valentine that day. She encouraged me and lifted my head towards the end of the day. When I finished the classes and called my boyfriend, I heard the sound of cars. I'm here too, he answered. I think the whole court heard a girl screaming, Maria, Victor has come. He has come to the high school. Flowers, a heart-shaped bag, chocolate, and a simple present of my boyfriend were such a welcome and totally unexpected surprise for me. Wow, Anna. What else would you expect on a Valentine's Day, right? Such a sweet story. The next one will be No. So the name is No. The story is exams are coming and I have to cover all total 6 subjects. Thank you. I send you my best prayers on your exam, okay? It can be frustrating sometimes. And yeah, a couple times some of my friends online, they were stressful about the exams that they have to face, or telling me that they were having a bad time in the exams, not being confident about the result that they will receive. And I always respond to them generally the same. I ask them, did you try your best? And they would say yes. And then I would reply, well, then I'm proud of you on that. I'm proud of you for giving your best effort, not just for accepting or for getting the best result. I'm just gonna say for you, just do your best. Just do whatever you can. Get your best out of you. And when you do that, be proud of yourself. Because I'm proud of yourself. Okay? Good luck. The next one will be Fake, Malaysia. Story of being in with my girlfriend. We known for 10 years. Wow, 10 years? That's so long. Oh, you mean you have known her for 10 years? Or you actually mean that you were having a relationship with her for 10 years? I mean, that's a long time. We known for 10 years and we quite frequently text each other. The fact that we been together is where she went to church. Oh, church story. Nice. And join with the worship and study Bible with the groups of church members. And I was surprised because before she believed in Christian, she was a Buddhism. Although her family still doesn't know she went to church, but she still goes to church a while. She says that after she went to church, she kind of texted or came to me. Although she was still in a relationship with her boyfriend during that time, but she still finds me, and I ask her why she doesn't be with her boyfriend. But still a lot of things happen going on until a certain point we get together. Well, she got an ex and I got an ex, but still I think it's quite a thing to say that we still be together. My past relationship ended 2-3 years ago as my ex cheated. Until now, recently get into a relationship with her. I think this is the story that I've been in relationship with, and it's not very easy to be or have a partner, as you need to sacrifice a lot in terms of money, time, love, and care. I hope everyone can find their partner. If you wish to commit to have a family, God bless. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Vic. God bless you and whoever you're having right now. The next one, Mary from France. All of my life around me, I saw relationship end. My father became a bad man and was beating my mother when I was a small child. Almost all of the relationship in my family ended badly. I couldn't even fathom or understand a relationship based on God that could be blessed and succeed. I had absolutely no hope for me. When I thought about my love life, all I felt and could see for me was suffering. But this summer, I went to a Christian camp, and one day as I was praying in tongues, in my heart I felt so strongly God talking to me, you don't think that I can bless you in every aspect of your life, but I will bless you in every single aspect. I started to cry so hard because he was touching an area in my heart that was still needed his wonderful healing. Desperate, I said, God, I want to believe you so much, but it's so hard. I'm having such a hard time, but please show me how wrong I am. Proof that what you just said to me is true. And a few days later, I found the courage to ask a girl from my church out. I did fall in love with her, but the idea of not being in God's will was unbearable to me. And in the beginning, wait, I tried to correcting the typo here. Maybe he meant, and in the beginning, we are really careful, always praying for God's guidance as we put Him first in our relationship that was blooming. And one day came God's peace and confidence. We knew He was approving our relationship, and I knew that she was the one. Fast forward 6 months later, I'm going to propose to her this Valentine. And if there is one thing that I want you guys to remember, is that God can do so much more than anything you can hope for, despite your past and what you think you are worth. As we are not anyone, we are His precious children. He will always go out of His way to bless us, protect us, heal us, and guide us, if we put Him first in our life. He is wonderful, our precious Father, and all the glory goes to Him. Amen. And he wrote us a Bible verse. Psalm 37 verse 4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." Amen. Sorry for spelling mistakes. English is not my first language. Me too, brother. Me too. Maddie, thank you so much for writing such a beautiful story and such an engaging story for all of us. Thank you for your prayer for us, and thank you for this story and testimony. I hope whoever hearing this can be moved and realizing how precious they are in God's eyes. Next one, it's Lini 115. It's Lini 115. Where are you from? It's not written here. To be honest, I don't really have a Valentine. But this may sound awkward, but my Valentine is from TikTok. He's from a band, Vietnamese American. He is Ryan Nguyen from NSB. I met through a YouTube video, never ever spoken to him. Sounds odd. But I once did, through their fans texting platform named Stario. But there was just one text. Since he's chill, handsome, and happy, I can consider him my Valentine. Postscript. I hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day. May God shower blessings upon you, and I am a big fan from Sri Lanka. Love from Lini. Hello, Lini. Thank you so much for writing this. I hope one day you can meet him. Will be such an amazing day for you that you will remember until the end of time. Now we come to the last one. Hope from Malaysia. First off, happy Valentine's Day to all readers. Thank you. It's gonna be my third Valentine's Day with my girlfriend this year, so I'm willing to share with everyone our Valentine story. By the way, we both love you, Elsar. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Since the start of secondary school, I always had the dread of being a loner, or feel that I didn't belong along my classmates. I had only a few friends which were always around, and we soon had a group of people who felt that they didn't belong in our class. There was my friend and I, and also 2 new friends, which was my now girlfriend and her an identical twin sister. We all bonded over the fact that we can speak the same native language with each other and pretty much instantly clicked with each other. All 4 of us, we are inseparable. during our first year. Soon we started making more friends from other classes and other age groups. We started being more confident. She sat behind me in class. She often teases me, kicking my chair, calling my name for no reason. She would even pass me notes with stupid things in them. To put it simply, she does anything she can to annoy me. Her reason? She said I was an easy target, which I was, and still am to her thesis. Time after time, he teased me everywhere we go or every time we talked. Soon, they become progressively more annoying and were really embarrassing. She started calling me her boyfriend. Every time we were together, we would always tease me on it. Even more when we were with a group of friends, she would make jokes that we were gonna get married and grab my arm in front of others to prove we're dating, which we weren't. It was a game to her, but to me it wasn't, because soon I wasn't affected by her teasing anymore. I merely accepted it. Her whole point of teasing me was gone now, and she kinda stopped after a while. Mind you, even if she does all of this, she often asks me for advice on some of her crushes, which as a guy we all know it probably meant that she is putting you in the friend zone. So I didn't bother. Our 4th year in secondary school, we were not in the same class anymore. At first, I was happy with no more teasing. As months goes by, I started to see her less and less as our classes finished at different times. The less I saw her, the more I missed her. I realized that I missed her annoying teasing. I missed her smile and the sound of her laughter. I missed her. But as fate brought us, we ended up in the student council together. We got to see each other more, and by our senior year, we were leading the student council. I as the president and her as my assistant. We see each other more and more every single day. Countless meetings together, sleepless nights together organizing events, meetings with teachers together, and stayed after school together to discuss our plans. We were closer now than we had ever been. I realized I fell in love with her for a long time now, that I was afraid to ruin our friendship. So I never asked her. One afternoon she told me about an important meeting we both needed to attend. I, of course, did my job and stayed after school. It turns out it was a meeting with just the two of us. Okay. Let's see where this is going. She started rambling on about how she hated me so much. She hated that I never told her or react to her teasing anymore. She admitted that she liked me but was afraid to lose our friendship. We were on the same boat. She realized this is her last chance to tell me before senior year ends. I never felt happier in my entire life that she told me that. I felt the weight of the world off my shoulders. I told her about everything. We ended up joking about it. Okay, so no meeting, right? It turns out she talks about her crush to annoy me even more and make me jealous. But when it stopped working, she felt that I actually didn't care about her, which was the opposite of my reason. Okay, girls, hear this out, okay? Which was the opposite of my reason. We've been together ever since that day, and I never ever loved anyone as much as I do for her. I love her so much. My storytelling is terrible. It really doesn't give it any justice. But we talk about our younger selves every Valentine's Day, on how blind we were to each other, and I guess we'll do it again this year. Happy Valentine's Day, my love. I love you. That's so sweet, man. That's so sweet. That's a good point, by the way. So she talked with you about her crush, see if you get jealous or not. But then you tried your best to look like it doesn't bother you. Because of that, she thought you didn't care, which was actually the opposite. Because you thought you were in a friend zone. I know, man. That's acceptable. That's very, very reasonable. And I want to say this. If you want to see if someone really likes you, don't put them in the test like this. I mean, thank God that she finally told you the truth at the end, right? I mean, girls, if you want to test a guy if they like you or not, girls are such a gazeful, not like men. Some of men are careless, you know. But women are different. When they use their superpowers and their gazeful eyes, they can read your mind. So just use that power. Don't test anyone by making him mad. So that's all. That's all the stories. Thank you so much for you for writing these stories. When I was editing this video, I actually found that there is one more story that I missed. Maybe because she sent it late. She submitted late, so I didn't see it. But apart from that, I want to slide it in because you have to hear this. This one is from Sharon. Sharon writes for me, "Hi. So okay, this is my Valentine story. I met a guy on Instagram whose voice is literal honey, and I'm sure the angels would be jealous if they ever hear him sing. And it really isn't an exaggeration. I even created a collection where I would save my favorite reels of his, and I listen to it when I'm down. Turns out he doesn't just have an angelic voice. His heart was much more prettier. The way he sings, how calming his voice is, the way he smiles would just brighten up the room, the way he cares about his friends, the way he takes time to do these cute, meaningful videos, the way he plays the guitar so beautifully. All these little things make me love him more and more. If I want something for this Valentine, I want him to get just a glimpse of how precious and how loved he is by so many people, especially me. And the last thing I need is for him to think that I am just writing this for the sake of it. I hope he knows that this whole message comes from my heart, and I meant every single word that I said. I'm grateful that I found you, Elsar. You are an angel. I wish I could give you the biggest hug. I love you. Hope, pun intended, you know that. Yours very truly, Sharon." Postscript. You can read this aloud, but I think I'm a little late in submitting it, but I really hope you read this. I want you to read this. And I do, Sharon. Thank you so much for your messages. But there's more. I want to dedicate some songs to you. Do give it a listen. It's for you, from me. Little Things by One Direction. Better With You, Gentle Bones, Diana, One Direction. and Blue by Yongkai. I would add more, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I'll add the link here as well. And this message just put a smile on my face. I mean, Sharon, I didn't know that you would write the message for me instead of writing your own personal experience, you know. Thank you so much for this. Yes, you are late submitting it, but it's all worth it to read it and to find it. Thank you so much. All of them are such a wonderful stories, and I believe that we can learn something from it. I want to tell you Happy Valentine's Day. And someone told me recently that Valentine's Day should not be just for lovers or for couples. And I actually agree, because Valentine's Day is a day of love, and love has many kinds and forms. You can share your love with your family, with your friends, with your pets, with your parents, with your siblings, with your kids. Anyone can be your Valentines. So, you hopes are my Valentines today. So thank you so much for always be there for me. At the end of the day, I believe that Valentine's Day is a day to celebrate love, kindness, and togetherness. So let's embrace it. And I love you guys so much. I love how you show me your love. Thank you for watching it. Thank you for sending these stories. Thank you for listening it with me. And I hope in the future we can do something like this again, right? How about that? So that's all for today. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and 1,000 thanks. God bless you there.